Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your guy, Nick Frazier, your man, Marcus Fitzpatrick, man. We back around the water cooler. It is a new week. It is Monday, and we back around the water cooler, man. And we're going to recap the draft, man, and we're going to get into it right after this. My guy, Eugene Asante, he heading to the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to him. Bring us in, my guy, Eugene Asante. Make it happen. Make it do it.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler on this Monday, April 28th. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person, you cannot see him, but you can hear him. Tell him who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick, let's go. Let's get it.
Sir, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. As always, man. Before we get into it, man, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. If you have a Twitter, follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. Download Twitter if you don't have it, and follow us there at CoolersPod23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and go live. We are on our way. Hopefully soon. We can hit 650, then we can hit 700. So we are chugging along, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. As always, man, take a look in the chat and see what's going on in this thing right now. Auburn Dad says, War Eagle to everybody. What's up, Auburn Dad? How you feeling? How you feeling? Auburn Dad coming in with the comment. He's saying, so it was said Auburn losing hurt KLS and Jarquez Hunter stock. Well, then shouldn't Ewers out of Texas been top 2 rounds? He was deep in the playoff team. We're going to come back to that question right there. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. He said, but his point is, I don't think losing hurt as much as some think. I believe some I believe some things are personal, just teams needs and wants. All right, okay then. All right then. I feel you, man. Tyrone Green rocking with us around the water cooler. What's up? What's up, Tyrone? I think that's supposed to be War Eagle. What up? C Hall is rocking with us, man. He's saying, how everybody doing, man? C Hall, we making it, man. We doing what we got to do, man. Yep, there it is. That's what it was, War Eagle. The legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams.
What's up, C Hall?
The Huggy Beard is in here. War Eagle. He's saying, what's happening? Nothing much, man. We just chilling around the water cooler. Everything good, man. We appreciate y'all, man. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's good, Marcus? That's what everybody. What's up? Auburn Dad said, by the way, Nick, hi DC. So yeah, family emergency yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and break the fourth wall. For y'all that don't know, me and DC are related. He's actually my uncle. So we had a family emergency yesterday. We have a death in the family. So that's the reason why we did not go live yesterday on the show. Yeah, so we had death in the family. So keep the family in the prayers, everything and things, stuff like that. So we appreciate that so much. Yeah, but so far everybody's doing as well as they possibly can be. So it'll be good. It'll be good to go, man. We appreciate y'all for asking about that, man. Appreciate that. JT, I got the video ready. You know what's coming up. The quote of the day.
Yeah. It's time for JT's quote of the day. The quote of the day from JT. JT has the quote of the day for you and me. What is the quote? We want the quote. We need to know the quote. So what is the quote? It's a quote. It's time for JT's quote of the day. So JT, what is the quote today?
Yo, JT, what is the quote of the day, man? The quote of the day from JT says, I guess it's from me. I guess that quote is from me, man. From this weekend, man, we had the draft watch party, man. All y'all that tuned in with us to watch the draft all 3 nights. We streamed it live, reacted to every pick that came up, every Auburn pick, all 3 of them that came up. We had the Shedeur watch going on. We're gonna talk a little bit about that tonight as well. But yeah, man, that's what's going on, man. That's the quote of the day. Is from me when Jarquez Hunter got picked in the 4th round. So shout out to that, man. Jarquez gonna slide in right as RB2 for the Rams. We're gonna get into that a little bit later on as well, too, man. So yeah.
The Rams love SEC running backs. Well, I swear.
I guess, man, we're gonna see what's up. I hope it's gonna pan out, man. Auburn Tigers said, "Don't sugarcoat it. Hugh Freeze cost Jarquez Hunter at least the 2nd round." Yeah. Woo. That's
with the names taken, yeah, I definitely agree.
That's a conversation right there. My guy King Richard, War Eagle King, how y'all feeling, man? I hope all is well with you, my guy.
King Richard, what's up, C Hall?
We're speaking to Huggy Beard. Huggy Beard said, man, been at Children's Hospital since sometime before 2. My youngest, Doozy the Mad Dog, okay, gave us a scare. It's keeping him overnight, man. Praying for him, man. Make sure everything good, man. Make sure everything is good.
Come on, Mad Dog, get right.
Yeah, man. We gotta have you right, man. You gotta get right, man. I hope all is well, man. Let's get into it, man. So, the NFL draft happened this past weekend, and shout out to all of y'all that came around with us and watched Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with us, man. Thursday we streamed the entire 1st round. Saturday we streamed the 2nd and 3rd rounds, the whole draft, and then Saturday we sat for 7 hours. Saturday streamed the 4th through the 7th rounds. Waiting to hear some Auburn Tigers call and waiting to see what Shedeur Sanders got picked as well. Let's just be real about it. But let's talk. Let's kick it off with some Auburn Tigers talk real quick, man. Marcus, man, you saw the draft. You was able to watch some of it. I'm pretty sure you was. So I'm gonna ask you the question to kick the show off tonight with it, man. Which Auburn player drafted will have an immediate impact on their team, man? Let me know what you're thinking. Who you thinking?
Oh man, that's a good one, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's set up, I want to say KLS.
Okay.
But then again, I think once the Quiz get in, it's gonna be hard to get him out of the game. But for scheme wise, I go KLS because outside of Luke, the Chargers need another 2nd option, I think. And I think that spot is up for grabs. Even when Mike Williams come back to the team, I think KLS has a great chance to be that guy to come in and fill that 2nd or 3rd role with the Chargers.
Okay. I mean, so you're not gonna give Jalen McLeod any kind of thought to that?
I think Jalen McLeod gonna come in and get some PT. But I just think, like, scheme-wise and what the Chargers are looking for, that's the reason why they took him. I think KLS is going to get a lot of usage as a rookie.
Okay.
More than McLeod. I think McLeod's impact will be significant when he get in, but I think KLS will have a lot more playing time right off.
I wanted to go Jalen McLeod in this one because I looked at their linebacker room, kind of thin. It's a little thin. So he potentially could come in and have an impact. How immediate, I don't know. Because maybe the Jaguars go out and make something happen before the season starts and sign somebody. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. But then I look at the 2 guys that were drafted before him. Look at Jarquez Hunter, and then you look at KLS. So looking at the situation that Jarquez Hunter went into with the Rams, got Kyron Williams in front of him, who was a 5th round pick in the 2022 draft. Blake Corum, who was drafted last year in the 3rd round. as well. Kyron Williams had a almost 1,300 yard rushing season last year. Blake Corum wasn't so hot, didn't do too well. He wasn't a good second option. But Kyron Lacy, I think I read a stat somewhere where I said I think they said Kyron Lacy did not have many runs over. I think he had 0 runs over 25 yards last year. So you're able to get Jarquez Hunter in there in a system, by the way, that is ran by Sean McVay. That is very. It's a multiple. It's a mixed offense, but they run the ball a lot in that system with Sean McVay in the Rams. You're gonna see a lot of duos. You're gonna see a lot of wide zones. You may see them line up in pistol. What else? Play action. You'll see them run. So having him in that system, I think is going to fare very well for him. Looking at KLS and seeing who's the offensive coordinator for the Chargers, Greg Roman, who was at the Ravens, I believe, up until 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And if you look at the Ravens offense, I think that offense is going to be very tailored towards a strong running game, like a very strong running game. Like if you see what they did with Lamar Jackson there, I think it's going to be tailored very to a strong running game. So you're going to see him use tight ends a lot of probably design quarterback runs. I did some research looking at the receivers last year, and their leading receiver was Ladd McConkey last year. 82 catches, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, 14 yards per average. I think KLS has a chance to come in and actually get into 2 deep as well. Get into 2 deep and actually get some real playing time if he digests the playbook very well and things, stuff like that. So if he's able to get in there and make that happen, make himself probably a second or third option. I see him having a strong rookie campaign with the Chargers. But I think they are going to be heavily a running team because you saw what they did in the offseason. They went and got Najee Harris, who's been 1,000-yard back every year he's been in the league. And they drafted Omarion Hampton in the first round. 2 running backs. That's going to be, so you got your 2 guys. You got 2 guys that are running back. So you know they're going to try to run the ball. So maybe they're gonna be doing a lot of play action as well. A lot of, that gap scheme type thing. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of pulling guards and stuff like that. So if I had to pick between the 2, which one fits the best and who probably have the most immediate impact, I'm gonna go Jarquez Hunter, man. I think it's plug and play. I think him and Kyron Williams are going to be the number 2 guys. I think what you're gonna see at the beginning of the season for the Rams is you're going to see them. You're going to see them try to phase Jarquez in. And then now that he doesn't have to be the every down back all the time, and he's fresh throughout the game, Jarquez about to ball out, bro. I'm gonna put it like this. I wouldn't be surprised if Jarquez Hunter rushed for like 600, 700 yards in his rookie season.
Okay.
Because Kyron Williams ain't going nowhere.
I see that.
Kyron Williams ain't going nowhere. I think Kyron Williams probably gonna have another 12, maybe 1,100 yard season again this year. He could possibly hit 1,300 again this year. But I tell you, when Jarquez get an opportunity to get the ball and run with that thing and get on the field, he is not coming off the field. I'm telling you, Jarquez Hunter is built for this offense. I know a lot of people look at Sean McVay's offense and be like, "Oh, they about to throw that thing around, man." It is a very like West Coast type offense. But if you the principles of the West Coast offense is based on a very dependable run game. And now that you got Jarquez in there and you got Kyron Williams back, maybe Blake Corum comes in and gives you a third option, or maybe he just takes the next step. I don't think Jarquez Hunter gonna let that happen because once he gets a chance to get in there and make it happen, because he's been doing it ever since he's been at Auburn his freshman year. He's been since Jarquez Hunter was at Auburn his freshman year. He made the statement of, "I deserve to be in the 2 deep. You got to at least put me on the field. Then the past 2 seasons, he's been the guy. So I feel as if once he gets that opportunity, step on the field, it's gonna be hard to take him off the field once he get in Los Angeles. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna go with Jarquez Hunter will be the Auburn Tiger that was drafted to have the biggest impact immediate.
Okay. I can't be mad at that.
I'm gonna rock with Jarquez Hunter on that one. Chat what y'all think about that. Let us know in the chat what y'all think about that, man. Let's move on before we get on to the other topics, man. Had a couple of guys that signed some undrafted free agent deals. Go down the list: Austin Keys, Dorian Mausi, Robert Lewis, Oscar Chapman, all signed deals with the Minnesota Vikings. Jason Jones, he's taking his talents to Baltimore. Jerry Thompson and Isaiah Rakes are both going to the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee did a lot of work in the draft, man. Tennessee might be trying to make some noise early. They may not be trying to just be like, we building for the future. They trying to make some noise early. You look at the moves that they made. Peyton Thorne signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. Luke Deal.
Oh my.
Yeah, he gonna be holding the clipboard for Joe Burrow. He holding the clipboard for Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Peyton Thorne. He's gonna be learning some stuff. Peyton Thorne gonna be a coach before you know it. Watch this. We're gonna be calling him Coach T. Coach T. What up, Coach T? Luke Deal. He is heading to the Detroit Lions on an undrafted free agent deal. Rivaldo Fairweather. This is an interesting one. This is interesting. Rivaldo Fairweather is heading to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys on an undrafted rookie deal. And looking at Rivaldo Fairweather and what they have there,
he can make the team.
That's what I was just about to say, bro.
He can make the team.
He can make the team, bro. Rivaldo can make the team, man. Rivaldo can make the team, man. I'm telling you, he could potentially make the team. And then of course Eugene Asante, he is heading to the Miami Dolphins. So shout out to my guy Eugene as well. So a lot of those guys are heading there on on undrafted free agent deals, not expecting them to make immediate impacts. As one analyst said over the draft weekend, these guys are now about to be in the fight of their lives. About to be in the fight of their lives to make the team. But as a lot of people have always said, it only takes one team to believe in you. That's all it is. Shannon Sharp said it all the time. And, I don't care what people say about it. Shannon Sharp said it all the time. It takes one team to believe in you. And when that one team believes in you, all you got to do is just ball out when you get that opportunity, man. So, congratulations to the three guys that got drafted. Congratulations to the guys that were able to sign undrafted rookie free agent deals. Definitely going to be following them and the careers moving forward. Now we get ready to move to the 2026 draft, and we look at the Auburn Tigers that potentially will be in the draft in 2026. And do we have any first rounders? I think Keldrick Falk is a first rounder in the draft. I think Keldrick Falk probably could be a top 5 pick in the 2026 draft, if you ask me. If he balls out the season, 60 tackles, 13 sacks. If he can have him a couple of forced fumbles, something like that. I think Keldrick Falk will be a top 5 pick in the draft, because you can never have too little of pass rushers in the NFL. So having him at the size that he is, his measurables put him on the board. Now he just got to put the production on the field and just stack on to what he did this past season. And if he does that, I think he'll be a top 5, top 10 pick.
We need him to. I think for our defense to be effective, I think he has to have that type of season.
Man, I wholeheartedly agree on that, man. I wholeheartedly agree with you there, man. Potentially Xavier Chaplin. Xavier Chaplin comes in and has a good year. He could be a first round talent. First round guy that could be picked in the draft. You just look at what they do in the draft, always drafting left tackles, because that's protecting most quarterbacks' blind sides. So having a guy that's nimble enough, that's light enough to do that, he'll be somebody that potentially teams will look at trying to get in the first round. Could Eric Singleton, if Eric Singleton has a year, could he decide to take his talents to the NFL? I know a lot of people are talking about the size, but Xavier Worthy was drafted in the first round not this past draft, but 24. Could he potentially be a first round pick? Probably more second round. With that. Because I think this quarterback draft will be. I think the 26 draft is going to be very quarterback friendly. It's going to be a very quarterback friendly draft. Moving forward. And I'm gonna keep saying it. I say this, man. Jackson Arnold. If Jackson Arnold has a year, if Jackson Arnold has the year that I feel that matches what a 10-win Auburn team looks like with him, if that happens, Jackson Arnold could potentially be in those first 2 to 3 rounds as a quarterback. Just looking at it. I mean, if he comes out, close to 4,000 yards passing, 35 plus touchdowns, somewhere between 64-65% completion percentage, less than 11 interceptions. He gives us a couple of about 400 some yards rushing, probably another 7 touchdowns on the ground. I think that puts him in the conversation of teams looking at him and saying, could this guy come out? What teams would be looking for quarterbacks next year? Because I feel like if he has that type of season, he potentially could be one of the top quarterbacks in the 26th draft. What do you think about that, Marcus?
I still don't think he from just the first started to a first round pick, man. He has to pop up off the page, man. So I think that's a very high hill for him to climb. But with the receiving core is at his disposal, anything is possible.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. I feel like there's a lot of talent around him to where all he has to do is just be able to make the correct reads.
Yeah, anything is possible.
And that's gonna and by him making the correct reads in his offense, and him being able to protect the football. You know what I'm saying? I think everything else that Jackson Arnold has a strong arms. He has a strong arm. Ball placement is good. Throws a deep ball very well. His intermediate game is solid, which he can improve on that this season. I think Jackson Arnold does really good when he's outside of the pocket. So when he's moved off his spot and he's throwing the ball that way, I think he does very good that way with throwing the football. So there's things that he can work on per se to put himself in that situation. But he's going to be a big part of the reason why I feel as if Auburn's going to be a 10-win team this year. Just looking at the schedule, looking at the talent that's around him, looking at the offensive line, looking at this defense, even though they're young, very talented, and things and stuff of that nature. I feel as if he has an opportunity to come in and raise his stock to another level. Right now, I think he has an opportunity. He can do that in a year. A good season will make that a reality for him, and a decision he'll have to make come January when that time comes.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What do you think Dylan Wade will? What round was you draft for Dylan Wade?
Dylan Wade, I got Dylan Wade right now, probably somewhere mid rounds, probably somewhere between that 3rd and 4th round. I mean, because you're looking at the draft now, and to be completely honest with you,
you think Connor come out?
If Connor Lou comes out, Connor Lou is probably a 1st or 2nd round.
I think Connor Lou 1st round pick.
I think he a 1st or 2nd round draft pick. Dylan Wade right now, I would probably say realistically, because when you look at the 1st round, right? You look at the 1st round of the draft. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 13 trenches guys that I call them. So when I say trenches, I mean guys that's playing on the offensive and defensive line. So guards, tackles, D tackles, edges, things and stuff like that. 13 of those taken out of the first 32 picks. So you see that teams are looking at that and putting the emphasis on that because they saw what the Eagles did in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs with what the Eagles front four would do. The front four was able to get pressure without having to bring blitzes. And so now teams are trying to replicate that. And then on the opposite side, they're trying to get enough talent and depth on the offensive line to combat that as well. So looking at Dylan Wade, I mean, he potentially, I think Dylan Wade could be a 3rd round guy. But if you look at the trend of how the draft went this year, you saw edge, defensive tackle, offensive guard, edge, defensive tackle. You saw that a lot. A lot of guys being name called, and some inline tight ends as well blocking. You saw that. I mean, he has a great year. He potentially could play himself into a 3rd, 2nd round type guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and it seems that's the way that the NFL is going, because they're trying, like, defenses are trying to get that interior pressure to where they can only have to rush forward and can drop 6 or 7 in the back, and be able to cover the full field. But then on the flip side, offenses are trying to get guys on the offensive line that are durable and the depth as well to be able to combat that too. So he potentially has a chance of putting himself in that 3rd round, man. So Dylan Wade has a chance. Like, there are a lot of guys on this current team that has the ability to play themselves up a round or 2. Dylan Wade, Jeremiah Wright, Connor Lew. Right now, I'll probably put Connor Lew probably somewhere like 1st, 2nd round. He has a chance of playing himself.
I think 2nd round. I think 2nd round realistically, because I don't really think Dennis go 1st round.
But he has a chance. But he has a chance of playing himself into the 1st round, though. You know what I'm saying?
He can. I think he really can.
You got guys like Keldrick Faulk. If he balls out, if his statistics rise up, Keldrick Faulk has a chance of playing himself further into the into being a 1st round guy. Chaplin has a chance of playing himself into being a 1st round guy, 2nd round guy. Like, there are a lot of guys on this team. Keyron Crawford can potentially play himself from being a maybe 4th round guy into being a 3rd, 2nd round type guy. If he pops on the page, if he pops off the screen, and things and stuff like that. But I just feel like there are a lot of guys that potentially could play themselves up a round or 2. So we'll be watching that to see what's going on with that as well, man. And we appreciate that, man. We're gonna take a break right here, man. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go into halftime. We're gonna let our guy DJ show y'all guys I got DJ Hollywood, and then we're gonna come back and we'll get into the rest of the show, man. Let's get it.
Yawn out your seats. It's halftime.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Shout out to our guy DJ, man. They want support of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. You want to feel like a star? Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Holly_media. That's Hollywood EY. And then follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. That's media with 2 A's, Hollywood EY. Make sure you mess with the people that mess with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. They want supporter, man. We appreciate you so much for rocking with us as always, man. Marcus, you got something to say on that?
Hollywood.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it, man. We had some comments come in that we want to get to before we get to this Shedeur talk, because I know Marcus didn't get a chance to put his 2 cents in on it. So we're gonna talk about Shedeur in a minute, man. Auburn, that said, man, I was hoping Sanders be Mr. Irrelevant, by the way. It sucks. Eugene didn't get drafted. He did amazing at the combine. Yeah, man. Eugene Asante, the most athletic linebacker at the combine, did not get drafted. Kind of, man, that made me mad.
They kind of made me sick.
Made me mad, bro. It made me mad. I was like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. And the biggest knock against him was his size. That's all it was. It was his size. It wasn't nothing about his ability to play, nothing like that. His size is the reason why they was like, we'll just give you, we'll get you on an undrafted rookie contract. Ridiculous to me, man. Huggy, we just came back. Children's today was up there before 6:30 a.m. for the clinical for my son, heart transplant prayers for yours. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, you dad? Yeah, shout out to that, man. Hope all
Prayers,
the
man,
with that as
prayers.
well too, man. I saw that on Twitter, man. Huggy Beard said, man, they were thinking the shunt in his head had malfunctioned. They were going to do surgery. Third time is 3 years old. First two happened before he was 2 months. Huggy and a bigger shot right about it, man. Hey, Huggy,
Prayers, Hug.
prayer to you, my guy, man. Prayers to you, man. Prayers to you. Everybody keep everybody in your prayers, man. As always, man, we appreciate it. King Richardson, man, do the Rams run a new age West Coast offense? I don't know. I feel like okay, so Sean McVay came up under John Gruden. He came up on the John Gruden system. So that system was always kind of a run type offense anyway, with some play action into it. So I think he took some of that and made it into his own, per se. But you're gonna see a lot. Jarquez has a chance to be a top back in the system. I mean, you look at all the running backs all the running backs that have been in that system that have been, what we consider stars and superstars. What's my guy that was at Georgia? Todd Gurley was in that system. Did amazing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to pay him, and they did, but then they got rid of him. They cut him because he turned 30. But I mean, other than that, I mean, there's a lot of things that potentially, like, Jarquez has a chance to be very, very effective in this system, man. So I'm excited to see what he does in Los Angeles. So none of these guys will make a big impact early. Quez likely has the soonest impact when Kyron Williams' contract comes up. Dre has a chance, but him and McConkey both play Z. But they potentially. I was looking at an early depth chart, and I was reading some stuff, and seeing like that they potentially may put Kendrick Lambert-Smith in the slot. They potentially might have him play some slot. So that'll be interesting to see what they do there, man. John Harbaugh, he'll do some stuff and some off the wall.
He gonna do whatever it take to win. That's what that guy gonna do.
Exactly. Huggy Beard said, man, I always say Jarquez Hunter should have been a Heisman finalist at least once. Had the potential to be top 5 running back in Auburn history. In yards, I believe Jarquez is number 3 in yards, in all-time yards in history, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check me on that. I want to say he's number 3 or 4, one of them. C Hall said, man, I think it's gonna come easy to Hunter and Asante. I agree with you on the Asante part wholeheartedly, because I think he's made for a 3-4 linebacker. I think Asante is perfect for a 3-4 system. 3-4 outside linebacker. He can cover. He can be, if you play in the nickel, he's a tweener between being an outside back and potentially a nickel back. I mean, that's probably where nickelback is a stretch just because of his size, but he has the speed to cover, and he can play in the box because he doesn't mind blitzing. He doesn't mind hitting. So he's that star player in the 4-2-5. So I'm telling you, man, a 3-4 linebacker as well. He can play. Asante gonna make a team happy. Once he get on the field and they see the effort that he has and stuff like that.
I hope Miami drop the ball and he come to Buffalo.
You will love that, way you and JT. Y'all
Yes,
love that. JT wanted RJ Mickens so bad all day, and he ended up. Where did RJ Mickens go? Dude from Clemson. Where did RJ Mickens go? RJ Mickens ended up going to the Chargers. As a matter of fact, he out there with Kendrick Lambert-Smith, man. It is what it is. King Richard said, man, if Hugh hadn't started making the number 1 receiver late in the year, KLS would have had 1,000-yard receiver. Would have been a 1,000-yard receiver, but I understand why he did it. KLS will have a faster impact than Jarquez Hunter. Okay, all right. King Richard on your team. He think Kendrick Lambert-Smith will have a faster impact than Jarquez. All right, I like that. KLS was ready for the NFL when he came to Auburn. Not disagreeing with you. I think Jarquez was too. Shout out to Bubba and the old man. He said, where will Keldrick and Chaplin go would depend heavily on testing. I feel what you're saying there, but sometimes tape just tells you everything you need to know. But I feel what you're saying about the testing part. I think they get to the combine and things stuff like that. I understand what you're saying. King found interesting. He didn't give anything to Penn State, but he did Auburn. Yeah, interesting, man. Let's see. Hubby said, "Man, I'm still rocking with Unc Shannon, man. Well, I can't sign off on the money. I heard he dropped on it's out of pocket personal because that ain't super fly pimping. Hey, it is what it is, man. You got to make it do what it do when it do what it do when it doing what it do come.
Shannon's a whole lot of trouble right now.
Man, shout out to Shannon Sharp, I guess. We hope Shannon Sharp gets through whatever Shannon Sharp is going through right now.
Yeah,
still a lot of details coming out of that. Tight Sports, Alabama Football Megacast, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Tight Sports, man. Does a show every Monday around the herd, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. And he does a show with DC from Auburn Addicts called Iron Bowl Debates, Wednesdays at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, man. So make sure y'all check him out. He said, "What up, folks? Way to dominate day 3 of the draft. Congrats." Man, Tight, what up, Tight? What up, Tight? Tight, you funny. You funny.
He find ways to hate.
That's what I'm saying, man. What up, Tight? Way to dominate day 3 of the draft, bro. Shout out to Tight. Always making us laugh. Tight be happy because now saving player running out of game. Be happy with day 3. Oh, that's true. I don't know, Tight. Y'all might be getting to that day 3 status just like Auburn was in the past.
Oh, man, they'll be there before you know it.
Because guess what? I'm telling you, Auburn about to ascend to the first, second, and third round, sir. We about to ascend to day 1 and day 2 guys. What you talking about, man? Bubba said Luka be a top 10 center prospect all time. He may not go in the first round. Centers are rarely taken in the top 32. Very true. Creed Humphrey is an elite center prospect and went at the end of the second. Yep, very true. Yeah, that's why I said potentially. I think me and Marcus both said, or Marcus just said that he will be a second round guy, but he has potential to play up in the first round. And then with what like I said, what we're seeing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think historically, Auburn puts out great offensive linemen like that are first round picks. So, like, if you take a chance on Cunningham in the first round, I think he'll pan out to be a great first round center. Like you said,
I'm gonna put it like this, bro. I'm gonna put it like this. You're gonna see a lot of interior offensive linemen taken because of what I said earlier. Like, we legitimately saw the Chiefs take a defensive tackle in the end of the 3rd round, come back, they next pick the top of the 4th round and take an edge. Like, they legit, like, teams are legit trying to build out the front 7 of defenses now. So you're going to see teams overcorrect and try to get offensive guards and offensive tackles and centers. So by that necessity, you're going to see a lot of guys just by that stocks rise just because teams are now starting to get very great, very athletic type front 7 guys. Like Jahai Campbell ended up with the Eagles, and the Eagles is already stacked. Like, it's crazy. Like, Shamar Stewart is going to the Bengals, and if the Bengals end up getting the contract done with Trey Henderson, they're gonna have 2 guys coming off the edge, and Trey Henderson and Shamar Stewart. Like, it's gonna be crazy, bro. So you're gonna see a lot of teams try to overcorrect and get depth and offensive guards and linemen who probably would not have been drafted where they were drafted because in earlier drafts, just because of what's happening now. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. Dylan Wade is a fringe day 3 guy, undrafted free agent guy. That's why he hasn't declared the last 2 chances he had.
Strong statement, Bubba.
It's very strong one, man. Very strong.
I can't say I disagree, but that's a strong statement.
Ken Richard said Hollywood. Shout out to DJ I Guy Hollywood, man. McVay offense is the love child of Gruden and Shanahan offense. Yeah, he got a point. He came up under that Gruden tree, man. He came up under that John Gruden tree. Spider 2Y banana. I'm pretty sure he got that play in his arsenal somewhere, probably deep down. He probably ain't ran it in like 2-3 years, but he got it though. He got it. Hunter, rookie of the year. I ain't gonna go that far, but I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna have a really good rookie season though. He's gonna have a really good rookie season. I'm putting like this, man. Hunter will be an all-pro in the NFL at least once. You know how hard it is to be an all-pro, the best 22 of anything? Hunter gonna be an all-pro at least once in the NFL. Asante is going to bring that work. Every locker room is going to want that guy. He's going to come off like he did in practice at practice squad and shot. Yeah, man. Asante is a dude, bro. He a baller. And I tell you,
honestly, I think he'll have to work his way from special teams to
yeah.
actual playing time. But yeah, I think he in it for the long haul.
But the thing is, once he get his opportunity, bro, when teams see it and he get his opportunity, it's game over, bro. It's game over when he get his opportunity.
That's what made me mad about the way the kicking format, how it is now, bro. Like, you need athletes like that to run the whole field, bro.
I guess. I mean, I feel
you like how the kickoff is now, bro.
Something about the new kickoff thing.
Yeah, the new kickoff and kick return. I can't stand it, bro. Not for the NFL.
I mean, I know why they doing it because they want to because apparently most concussions happen on in special teams.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I mean, yeah. I ain't bad at it, but I mean, it's just not what I grew up on. So I mean, it is what it is. Bubba said every edge that went first round in the last decade had a 9.5 or better relative athletic score. Keldrick will have a 7 or less 3-cone and 1.7 or lower 10-yard split is paramount. I disagree with you on that one, Bubba. I think Keldrick Falk is actually going to be closer to like that 8.5. I'm just gonna be real. And it goes to the fact of what teams are trying to get on the front four, on the front in the front 7, especially on that front 4. If he's able to ball out this shit and his tape proves it, they're gonna see the tape. They're gonna be like, all right, yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah.
I think I actually have to second that, Nick. I disagree with you too, but because I think in the SEC, if he ends up being the star defensive player that we know he can be, it's a no-brainer. Like, he might not even have to do well in the combine. He might even have to participate if he ball out.
Yeah. Well, let's not get to that because let me leave that alone. We getting ready.
Hey, we about to talk about it. We about to talk about
every kick be placed at the 25 because that's where it hit it anyway. Basically, just getting ready to kick off. I feel you. I say it did get better as the year went on, but I hate the inside kick that you have to. Yeah, you have on the onside kick. You have to tell the referee that you're gonna do it now. I hate that part. I don't like that part either. I agree with you that one, King. All right, man. We hinted at it. Marcus was not here with us Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. While we was doing the draft special watch with us, live watch. So he was not able to react live as the Shedeur slide was happening. So Marcus, the floor is yours. Give us your take on the Shedeur slide, the Shedeur Sanders slide.
Hey, man, at first I was like, okay, some wrong, but then at a certain point it became blasphemous. And I was watching the rewatch. I was hearing what Tiz was saying about I guess his interviews and how he has to conduct himself. So I don't really know too much about that part, but I know talent wise he was better than a 5th round pick.
That's all you got on it. That's all you got on it, Marcus.
Man, I got more, but you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be politically.
Man, say what you gotta say, man. Say what you gotta say. That's man. The stuff that was said. Shout out to It's Me and shout out to Brinsky. I mean, B Sharp. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. Man, we had a great conversation about it, bro. We got in the code switch. Shout out to Tez.
Yeah, you did. And it was outstanding.
So, man, we had a really good debate about it. You know, we came up with the thing, disagree with the comment, not the person. That's what we do. We disagree with the statement and the comment, not the person. So whatever you got to say it.
But no, man, I feel like at a certain point, they blaming Deion for they trying to blame Deion for Shedeur because at a certain point you don't want the antics of or the voice of Dion when if Shedeur get drafted, he end up being a backup.
Mm-hmm.
The starter got to be perfect because if he ain't, you gonna hear Dion chipping in the media talking about how Shedeur deserve a chance and how
Wait. Hold on. So you telling me, hold on, I gotta pause right now. So you telling me you think if that happens, Dion is going to take away from what he has going on at Colorado with his football team trying to win to talk about what Shedeur is not doing or not having the opportunity to do in the NFL?
I don't think that. I think that's what they think.
Okay, all right.
I
Just want
think
to
I
make
think
sure.
they try to penalize Shedeur for Dion.
Okay.
Because at a certain point it's just and then now after he got drafted, you see that the I guess a tweet came out from 2018 about what he said about the Cleveland Browns, and it seems like it was just a shot at Dion because they could have went and got him earlier, which came out they cost him $42 million by picking him up in the 5th round.
All right, to your statement there, Bubba. You have to be an elite athlete, is what you're saying. All right. Abdul Carter, we'll say he's an elite athlete. Would you say Michael Williams is an elite athlete? Would you say Tyler? Would you say I would say Shamar Stewart is an elite athlete. Would you say Jalen Walker is an elite athlete? Some people say he's not, but he was a first round type of guy. Would you say I think John Campbell was an elite athlete? There. Would you say that Tyleik Williams was an elite athlete? Did you say Derek Harmon was an elite athlete? I get what you're saying, Bubba. I get what you're saying, but when you look at what's happening in the NFL, like I stated it before, people are trying to mimic what the Eagles did in this in this Super Bowl that they did. So you're gonna see a lot of guys that probably aren't that athletic probably end up getting drafted in those rounds, in the first round. You're gonna see an overcorrection of it, and it'll correct itself back out eventually down the road and things, stuff like that. So it is what it is. And then the thing about it is, the talk around it is a lot of teams already see him as a top 5 pick in the draft. They already see him as that based on what they see on the field. And I understand it's a lot about testing, all the testing and all the things, stuff like that. But the thing, here's the thing that I hate when it comes to that. And we're gonna get back to the Shedeur conversation right after this. We talk about the 40 we talk about the 40-yard dash. We talk about the 10-yard split all the time when it comes to defensive linemen and stuff like that. But the thing is, when do you ever in the sport of football run in a straight line? Unless you're in the open field. And especially, I understand the 10-yard split is supposed to measure burst and things and stuff like that. It's supposed to measure the quickness of a big guy because you don't really care about the long speed from the 25 all the way to the 40. You don't really care about that. You're really looking at that first 10 yards, the first steps of the 10 yards. I'm just saying, man, I don't really care about the testing a lot. I look at the film. And if the film tells me this guy can play, I'm rocking off that. That's what it is. I'm gonna just be real with that. That's how I feel about it. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't surprised that he slid down like that, like he did. But I was more surprised with the QBs drafted before him. Shout out to you, King, and shout out to King.
Yes.
King was with us.
Louisville QB.
King Richard was with us every day, all day.
Shout out King Richard. The Louisville QB was very questionable. I can see Dylan Gabriel, and I'm kind of hesitant on Jalen Milroe.
Jalen Milroe was a fit. Yeah,
I agree with that, Nick.
So that's what I'm saying. Jalen Milroe was a fit based on who the offensive coordinator was, because the offensive coordinator the year before, or he was something with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. So I think that's what it is. The fact is all edge guys in the first round are elite athletes. That is a fact. Okay, fine. So are you saying Keldrick Fall is not an elite athlete? Is that what you're saying? That's what it sounds like you saying. I mean, because based on the earlier comment, you said that this is the earlier comment you said. You said that every edge guy, you said that every edge guy went first round last decade was 9.5 or better was a relative athletic score. You saying Keldrick would need a 7.0 or less 3-cone, 1.7 or lower in the 10-yard split. 1.7 is kind of slow to me. in the 10-yard split. If you ask me, I'm looking at probably somewhere like 1.4, 1.5 potentially for an edge guy. I'm just saying 1.6 will probably put you at that top end, but in the first 10 yards. So are we saying he's not that kind of elite guy? Is what you saying, Bubba? What are we saying though? Let me know now. Let me know. I just want to know. That's what it sounds like. But back to the Shedeur thing. Go ahead. So so basically all night Friday, I was saying it was a collusion with the Shedeur thing. Is what I said. I kept yelling collusion. And then tight shit in the group chat that apparently that there was some collusion, because apparently shout out to Boomer Esiason, basically said that owners in the league told GM to take his name off the board because they didn't want to deal with him because they felt he was entitled and off-putting. So but here's the thing, man. I don't understand it. I'm gonna just be real with you. I really don't understand the entitled off-putting part. Are you saying he's entitled because who his dad is and his dad was able to afford him a lifestyle that a lot of other first-round guys didn't have? Like a lot of guys that were drafted first round didn't grow up like him. They didn't have to struggle. Is that what they're saying entitled? Is that what they're saying?
It gotta be, because on one hand, everybody, like, unless there's a lot of two-face going on when you speak about him, because one person says he interviewed well, then rumors come out that he interviewed horrible. So it's just like, it's just like, what is true?
But what I want to, and here's the thing: we weren't in the meetings. We were not in the meetings. We don't know the guy. We go by what we see off the television and things and stuff of that nature, and reports that we do hear.
Because because you spoke on it Saturday. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but you spoke on it when he got drafted. Like, people keep saying that he ain't humble, he ain't showing no humility. When he got drafted, he looked very humble at that point.
I mean, yeah, but then you'll have people saying, well, he was humble because he was happy to get drafted. Well, we don't know that. We don't know exactly how he would have acted if he would have gotten drafted in the first round. He probably would have said this. He probably would have said the same things. You know, God is great. I mean, I've heard him say that all the time. God is good. You know, God is great. But I guess people, I honestly don't understand it, bro, when people say that, because was Johnny Manziel, was he entitled? Was Baker Mayfield entitled? Was Cam Newton entitled? Was Sam Bradford entitled? I mean, let's just be real about it, bro. What is it about this guy? What is it about this particular guy? Because the thing about it is, and they had this conversation all the time. The conversation that I've been hearing for the past couple of days is the NFL is always going to take talent.
Yeah.
Like, and Louis Riddick said it best today. I don't know if he said it on Twitter or if he said it on television. He basically said it. He said, the more talented you are, the more tolerance they put up with in the NFL. Because guess what? Your talent is gonna print them owners money. You're gonna be selling out stadiums. You're gonna be selling season tickets because people are gonna be wanting to come see you. Marcus, you up there in Ohio. What's the vibe in Cleveland? You literally like 20 minutes away from it. What is the vibe? Everybody is talking. People forget. People are forgetting that Dylan Gabriel was drafted before him. Ain't nobody talking about Dylan Gabriel.
The vibe, man, is the vibe, man. Because at first, when it was first happening, you heard a lot of people was like, okay, I think Cleveland gonna pass on him. Like people were saying that before the draft started. They were like, I think Cleveland gonna pass on him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why would they pass on him? Mm-hmm. They were like, some ain't right about it. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, like every newscast station was like, yeah, I think we're gonna pass on him. We're gonna pass on him. I'm like, that don't make no sense.
And what happened when he got drafted to Cleveland?
Went crazy.
Exactly.
But but the thing about it was they knew Cleveland was gonna come back and get him. But everybody thought Cleveland was gonna get him in like the third round.
Third round. I was the same way. I thought they was gonna get him at the Dylan Gabriel pick.
Yeah, everybody thought they were gonna get him in the third round. I thought they had traded up to get him, but when they didn't, so I was like, okay, they went defensive tackle. I'm like, okay, that's a little strange. But people here were like, okay, they were happy with the pick. So I was like, and they were like, we're gonna pass on them. When they passed on them, I was shocked. So
like, because the two teams that I was hearing about the most, even before
I was shocked Pittsburgh passed on them.
See, that's the thing. Like the noise was it was gonna be Pittsburgh. Like literally like 2-3 days before the draft, everybody was saying Pittsburgh. But the two teams, well, literally the three teams that everybody was talking about way before that were the Giants, the Browns, and the Saints. Those were the three teams. So every time one of those three teams came up, I was like, all right, this may be a Shedeur pick right here. And then when they picked Dylan Gabriel at what was the 94th pick in the third round, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. What? Really?
I was waiting on the Saints to pick him. I was shocked.
Picking Tyler Shough. Picking Tyler Shough before him, that was crazy work, bro.
When I heard Cleveland was gonna pass on, I like either he going to the Saints or Pittsburgh.
That was crazy work, bro. That was crazy work. When I saw that, I said collusion.
Yeah, and when they didn't touch him, I was like, something went on, bro. I was like, either it was the interview or something going around the league. And it just seemed like when the dude, the Falcons' son, defensive coordinator's son, doing the prank.
That low key kind of made me. That low key kind of pissed me
off.
Was
that like honestly, no offense, and I ain't never like attacked nobody's job, but punishment for that he should be fired.
You think the coach should be fired for that?
Yes, I think the coach should be fired for that.
Really?
Because I think draft night is very sacred, and that's a huge offense.
Okay. I see. The way you going with that, I understand what you're saying.
You have to set a precedent.
I feel what you're saying. Shout out to D Key. Welcome around the water cooler, man. I appreciate it. He said a black quarterback was drafted first overall.
More definitely. And he didn't have no stars coming out of high school, bro.
This is the thing, though. No, yeah. Shout out to Cam Ward. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick. Basically, when he went and had his meeting with the Titans canceled all their other visits with quarterbacks, so that was assigned to you there. Shout out to Cam Ward, man. Shout out to that. But this is the thing, though. We cannot overlook the fact that a league that is based on trying to acquire as much talent as possible, especially in this draft, when this was not a very talented quarterback draft. And then you look at all the guys that were drafted before Shedeur. Collusion. And I'm gonna keep saying it. It is what it is, bro. There's no way. Unless you just basically sitting here saying we just got this man on a deal, which you basically did. Because if he would have got drafted in the first round, it would have been somewhere between $40 to $20-some million you would have paid this man. And you basically gonna pay him $5 million over the next 4, basically. So, I mean, if that's the case, if you're doing that on the business side, hey, congratulations, because guess what? If he get in there and ball out, you got a bargain of a deal. You can put a team around him. But guess what? When that 4-year deal up, get ready to pay him $250-300 million because he's gonna be worth all of it. But I don't know. We'll see what it is. Ken Rich said, man, what sucks is that they said on the draft show that all it takes is for one bad rumor to run wild, and it trumps the truth from a man's character. And that's what happened. That's what happened. This is the thing, man. Like, we can just go by what the reports say, and we go by what we see. If people are off-put, this is the word that was used. He was off-putting. If you're off-putted by this guy flashing jewelry, wearing necklaces, wearing diamonds, basically saying legendary and stuff like that, how is that affecting you? It's actually gonna help you because people gonna want to come see it. They gonna spend money to come see it. And then if he wins, guess what? People gonna spend more money to come see it. Man, play the business game on this, man. If you able to make money with him, man, make that money, bro. He ain't hurting you. He's not in the headlines for nothing nefarious. He ain't, in the words of B Sharp, he ain't out here beating women. He ain't out here doing none of that other stuff that got other guys that was supposed to go in the first, second round that didn't get drafted at all. He ain't waiting on no court date, nothing like that. You up here all putting because a dude flashing a diamond crystal watch and a chain. They got diamonds in it. Come on, man. Chill out. Like we got to stop that, bro. We got to stop that. Sanders ain't that
we ain't gonna count the hip pre-draft part was lit though.
It was lit. I ain't gonna lie.
It was lit.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It was lit. Yeah, I was just about to say that, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy, bro. Hey, it is what it is, though. It is what it is,
bro. Yeah, I ain't had to do my boy like that.
It is what it is, man. Shedeur should have been it. Even if he would have slid out the first round, Shedeur still should have been a second round guy. Still should have been second round guy. No way that he falls that far, man. I'm just saying, man. Travell, king of the comments, is in the chat. He said every quarterback you named was a Heisman Trophy winner. That is why they were not or didn't have to be humble. Okay. All right. And all right. I feel what you're saying. You got a point, though. You got a point. You look at that man's stats. Some of his stats were better than some of those guys that won the Heisman. Remember the Giants drafted Daniel Jones instead of Haskins out of Ohio State, so they funny acting. Just shout out to Tight. Shedeur Sanders initially indicated he wouldn't want his sons Shedeur Sanders to play for certain NFL teams, citing factors like cold weather, poor development of young quarterbacks, and infrequent postseason appearances. However, he later reversed course, stating that he wouldn't try to control what team drafts his son. Yeah, I mean, didn't the Mannings do it? I mean, that's the thing. That's the comparison that I've seen come up a lot over the past 3 days. I mean, Eli legitimately had a interview at the draft right before they called his name number 1 to San Diego, and he literally sat there and said, "If they call my name, I'm not going." He literally sat there and said it. What's the difference? I don't know, or maybe I do know. What do you guys think about the prank for humor or not? Yeah, I thought that was whack on that dude part. And the same thing happened to Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond went undrafted. He got a prank phone call as well. Saying a guy basically calling saying he was some dude, and both of these dudes posted it on the internet for people to see him. And I'm like, man, y'all stupid, bro. Like this man, but then Isaiah Bond didn't even get drafted. So I don't know, man. Like people, man. We live in a society, bro, where people think everything is funny until they get punched in the face. Like for real. Like for real. I still say the Steelers made a great draft for Will Howard. I really believe Will Howard was the second or third best quarterback in this draft. The Steelers got them one. I don't think Tyke agrees with that, but the Steelers got them one.
I think historically, for what the Steelers love to do and how they win championships, Will Howard is the perfect quarterback for their system.
He's almost like a Big Ben clone.
That's what I'm saying. He's the perfect quarterback for their system. He can go out and win them a game if he has to, but he's going to lean on that defense more majority of the time.
Exactly. Bubba said, I really felt like going into the third round with Shedeur's floor. It seems to be a combination of fan pressure. That was his camp, handle the pre-draft process, narratives, and the perceived talent. Yeah, Bubba, you kind of hit it on the head there. Milroe has a higher upside, but he is behind Sanders as a passer, a lot behind. The king of the comments Reveal said, You're gonna fire that man for something his son did that wasn't illegal and it wasn't against the rules. What he did, fire. You wouldn't have known it. But it wasn't Shedeur because they did it to others. Yeah, they did it to Isaiah Bond, but Shedeur was the one that said nobody has this.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
But NFL teams. So,
like to me, you have to set a precedent. Like he might not have to be fired, but he should be severely fined. Like the NFL needs to fix this before it gets out of hand, because this could turn into a trend.
Interesting. My guy Martin, what up, Martin? He said, "What up, gang?"
Martin?
I heard the NFL did it for TV ratings. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Most watch is the most watched day 2 and 3. Hey, NFL a business. You got a point. Like I've been stating, they gonna do what they got to do to print that money, man. He said, "Nah, the NFL is notorious for not wanting situations like this." Okay, all right, I wouldn't put it past him though. Righteously, bro, he ain't supposed to be humble. And to your point, Huggy, a lot of people have been saying, "Don't you want your quarterback to be confident?" Like that's what I've been hearing. People are like, "Don't you want your quarterback to be confident?" I mean, I don't, man, whatever, man. He stated that he was ready to bring his culture to the locker room. The 3 or 4 owners did not need them to change their culture. That their team, the team, their choice. Well, draft them to a team that really sucked, like the Browns, that need a culture change. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need a Shedeur, and I'm happy they drafted him. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need somebody that got a little, what's the word that people use? Moxie to him in order for him to, to work up the fan base and the team around him. Bring some excitement to it or something. Goodness. Oh, my God. I see you was 111 for that man got there. People forget. Hey, it is what it is. Now, to your point, Jay Flowers, shout out to Jay Flowers for rocking here. I get what you're saying. That is true. But I'm gonna say this. I don't think his jersey should have been retired. Hot take, whatever. You feel how you want to feel about that one. Archie only said that he did not want Eli to play for the Chargers. Bo did not want to go to the Bucks. Bo Jackson actually was drafted number 1 overall to the Buccaneers and didn't go. So it's happened before. People saying that they wouldn't do it, but guess what? Man ended up with the Raiders in the supplemental draft after he actually went and played baseball like he told him he would. Will Howard is below average as it is, maybe an average backup. Yeah, dog, Bubba. What, Bubba?
Bubba, you
Tight.
mean you
Tight, how
very
you
mean.
feel about that? How you feel about that? How you feel about that, Tight?
You might be right.
Probably could be, man. Probably could be. But watch it. But Will Howard probably come in and just blow everybody off the water.
I think with what Mike T did with Pickett, he can work magic with Will Howard.
Tight Sports said confidential information was lost by an employee. He could be fired or sanctioned. I think that's what he did wrong. Basically, just being what's the word that said the entertainer used to use on the Steve Harvey show? He was all willy-nilly. Will it? If y'all watch Steve Harvey show, you know what I'm talking about. Like the owner said, this is our league. Like the owner said, this is our league. No one is going to tell us who to pick or where to pick them. They can draft you or me if they wanted to. Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point. Lil Huggy, Ace Boogie Down says, what's happening, players? He's still kind of worried about his baby brother. Tell Lil Huggy.
What's up, Lil Huggy?
Lil Huggy, man. Tell him everything will be all right. Keep it in God's hands, man. Jay Flower said, Huggy is right, man. People say even Russell Wilson was a butthole to be a quarterback and to have a little narc in him. Yeah, I mean, what wasn't the thing? Wasn't the thing about him in Denver that he had his own office in the coach's suite and what a coach's office was? He had an office up there with them. But it's crazy. I don't think race was related to him slipping, but the worst part of the situation is a lot of racist people showing their true colors because they felt vindicated by the situation. Yeah, I hated that. A lot of people up there saying, this man, we excited that this man slipped and he gonna fail. And I'm like, come on, bro. You don't never wish anybody to fail. Never do that, man. Never do that, man. At all. Let's see. Let's get through this, man. If he can find in that freshman, he can hit Pickens and Metcalf. Oh, you talking about Will Howard? Got you. He didn't go because of what they did to him. Because of what they did to him, John Elway to the Colts. They don't draft him, or he would go play baseball. I thought he didn't go because they actually because apparently he went on a recruiting trip and they didn't clear it with the NCAA or with the school or something, and he was ruled ineligible and couldn't play the rest of his last season of baseball at Auburn because he flew on a private jet to Tampa Bay or something like that. Don't get me started on Russell Wilson. Man, boy, y'all funny, man. Beast Mode said he had call somebody, and they I remember that story. I remember that story. He said, I remember that Marshall Lee said he had to call somebody to call Rush, and when Russell Wilson called him back, he called him back on a block number, on a private number. I remember that story, bro. I was like, dang, Russ. Okay, then I see you, man. Yeah. I think the Tampa Bay on the line to him. Yeah. That's what I thought. Marcus, man, let's get up out of here, man. How tell the people what they need to hear from you, my guy.
Man, we'll see you tomorrow, man. They don't need to hear too much. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow, man. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here. As always, man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. If you have a Twitter, follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. If not, download it and follow us at CoolersPod23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and go live. And as always, make sure you go and follow the Avengers in the YouTube space, man. Make sure you follow Auburn Tigers at its SE season, man. Go follow Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast. Make sure you go follow DC Wolf over at Auburn Addicts TV. Make sure you go hit up Dustin and Blake over at the Up Tempo Podcast. And of course, follow my guy, B Sharp, over at the Sharpshooters Podcast as well, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us around the water cooler. As always, man, let's get these last couple of comments in before we get up out of here, man. The king of the comments, Travell said, man, that's what Bo did, but John Elway told the coach, don't draft me. I'm not coming. Oh, you talking about what John Elway said. Okay, I got you. Shout out, yo. It happens all the time, man. Bubba. All right, Ken Folk, man. We'll see you later. Huggy Beer said, man, appreciate y'all, man. Rightfully, bro, man. Bubba,
take care, Mad Dog, man. Get better, bro.
Yeah, man. Tell little Huggy and tell Mad Dog, man, we said what's up, and we praying for him, man, as always, man. King Richard said, man, great show. As always, man, shout out to you, man. Y'all make the show great, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler. As always, man, thank y'all. As always, shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all y'all, man. Hey, make sure y'all keep Hardbone in your prayers as well, man.
Yeah,
haven't heard from him, haven't seen him. Need to check on him, make sure everything's good, man. But until tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, around the water cooler, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. And until tomorrow, make sure y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all get a man upstairs above his. And until tomorrow, around the water cooler, we'll see you then. As always, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. This mug, Eugene Asante.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.